Energy efficient basketball dunk training is all about sustainability. It's about being able to dunk now, but it's about being able to dunk in 5 years. It's about being able to dunk in 10 years. And the reason for that is we want to have long careers as athletes. We want to minimize pain and injury, and a lot goes into that. We have to be thinking about the long term. And what that means is if a short-term burst of vert or gain is going to cause us injury, it's not really worth it because we need to be able to train hard over a matter of years. So something that I'm going to show is my dunking over the years. I have footage that goes back to 2011 and it's 2013. So I guess we only have a couple years, but I can show how I've improved. In 2 difficult years that involved a lot of work and a lot of school, and then finally, this is March 4th, 2011. This is close to 3 years ago. So I had been able to dunk for 3 years by the time this video was recorded, although I didn't get a dunk in game until a year later, but this is what I was looking like. Fairly nice, except I could only do it with a right-handed approach, and I could only do it coming directly at the rim, right? Or coming from like a couple particular angles. I was expecting to look back on this and think that it was not very good, but I'm looking back at it and saying, that's a pretty punchy dunk actually. But I remember I couldn't do this all the time. I was injured. I got injured. I got very injured because I was playing every day. My practice wasn't sustainable, and by 2012, a year later, this is where I was at. This is September 12, 2012. So this is almost a year ago. So this is where I was at about a year ago. See, I'm going to use this is when I started switching to my left hand for certain angles. But, I mean, I'm getting, I don't know, high enough. You could call that a dunk to rim grazer at the very best. Let's take a look at a couple more of them. I was really dragging my right foot at this stage. I'm not sure if I was doing it back then. I'm consistently getting over the rim, but I'm not dunking so much. It's that right foot drag again, which is really slowing me down. Something I still find myself doing some of the time. Yeah, I'm getting consistently over the rim, but none of them are like really punchy dunks. See what else we have. So this is where I was at, and then obviously, let's check out a right-handed attempt is what I think this is. Yeah, I wasn't even getting over the rim a year ago as I was injured or whatever, as my excuse. And now this past year, obviously this is a recent upload, but this is what it's looking like now. And I'm doing it every time, which is nice. I'm doing it every time I play. It's not, do my legs feel good today? It's a much stronger dunk. You see that it's game useful. So if this is where I've come in a year, if I've come from barely getting over the rim to fairly consistently doing this, we can only imagine where I'm going to be at next year. So we'll talk about how I'm able to do this, I guess. It's complex, and I don't really prescribe a jump manual of any kind because I think that the keys are really doing what you can with the resources you have. We have access to different resources, and one of those major resources is time. We have different occupations and employments and statuses, and that affects how much time we have to train. So I really think we should tailor something. So if you want to know what you should do specifically to be getting up here, and I also want to show, if you want to, you should send me a message. Here we go. Here's a couple new ones that I didn't have. Two-hand hang and another two-hand hang right here. So if you want to know what you should do, send me a message or a comment below, and we'll tailor something out specifically to you. No charge, because I'm just trying to grow this channel and help people and help myself, really, and I don't need money to do that at this point. So again, you've seen me progress over a 2-year period. It hasn't been super dramatic. Well, it's been fairly dramatic. Stuff I'm doing now compared to a year ago, um, is pretty absurd. Like, I'd say I'm consistently getting. Let's see. This is the exact same rim actually. So let's see. Let's take a visual look. I'm. The ball is. I'm getting the ball well over the cup, and then back last year I was getting the ball. Let's see. This is the exact same angle of approach on the same hoop a year ago. I was getting. Well, I really haven't added that much vert, I think. It just is cleaner and more consistent. And I don't really know what to say, honestly. What do you think? It looks way better. It's off proper steps. It's functional. It looks 1,000 times better. It's unclear. And for those of you who think that the very first dunk is was like maybe the best one from 2012 or whatever, I'll say I only had a couple approaches, and here's the exact same angle of the exact same dunk. This is what it looks like now compared to 2013. So this is what it used to look like. I guess it doesn't look too different, right? I mean, maybe just being able to do it 2 years later is really good, right? It looks better, but the main thing is I can just still do it. You know, I haven't gotten injured. I have gotten injured, but I've come through it. So, various things to think about. If you want to get higher, you can. I worked very hard up until this entire time. This is dated in 2011, but I got my first in 2008. So, there's lots of resources on this channel if you're interested. And if you want to get something tailored for yourself, send me a message, an email, or a Facebook message at Energy Efficient Basketball, or however you want to get in contact with me. But let's get you jumping higher, seriously. And do it sustainably, so you'll be doing it in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, as I am going to be doing myself.